What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C4 here, and Eagles football is underway. Those of you that were with me last season know sporadically I will record during the game, so I'll just record little segments here, during commercial breaks, and at the end of the video, or at the end of this video, you'll have, basically my commentary throughout the game. So thus far right now, it is looking like it's going to be 14-0 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Najee Good forced a fumble on special teams, which ended up being a 5-yard run for Ryan Mathews. I'm not going to lie, I fucking missed that. My stream literally didn't click on until Ryan Mathews was celebrating the touchdown. So I didn't really get to see the drive for how very little it was. But Ryan Mathews didn't get hurt. He ran the ball for 5 yards, so, I guess with offensive line being somewhat of a question, and the Bucs defensive line, I don't know if they have all their starters in, but for the most part, Bucs defensive line is a very solid defensive line in the NFL. Being able to, get it done in the red zone, area that we have definitely struggled with in years past, is a good news. And then the Bucs with their starters on. So this is actually holds some validity because it's not like we're playing the backups. Our starting defense is still going against the starting Bucs offense. Fucking Bennie Logan blows up in the line of scrimmage, gets the sack on Jameis Winston, but before he goes down, Fletcher Cox pops the ball up, gets the recovery, which ends up being a Chase Daniel, 3-yard touchdown run. Chase Daniel is probably the only negative I've seen thus far. His passes are really off. I don't even think he's even completed a pass thus far, aside of like a check down on a third down. But, for the most part, man, our defense, they look pretty well. They were able to, force a 3-and-out on the first drive. And realistically, the only negative I have thus far is Chase Daniel looks a little out of sorts. But we will see what happens. Drive number 3 and 4th coming. So we'll check back here in a second. All right, and then the Bucs got the ball, got a 26-yard touchdown after very little resistance throughout the drive. They had a couple good screen passes, and big fucking surprise, this liability of a secondary. We don't have Malcolm Jenkins back there. It looks like Maragos and Ed Reynolds are the safeties right now. This weak-ass secondary. Leos McKelvin got too antsy. I think he was trying to go for the interception, ended up fucking getting pie on his face. And, still some questions over this goddamn secondary, guys, especially in the corners. Safeties, not so much. But these corners, you got burned, absolutely burned by, what is he, Tampa Bay's 4th wide receiver? God damn it. All right, quick recap. It's now the end of the first quarter. And right now I could say defense, good, I guess. It's kind of tough to judge because it looks like Tampa Bay has kept all their starters in. And we're pretty much mostly on our second-team defense and offense. But our defense right now is looking a little bit kind of bend, not break, which, we are familiar with the Chip Kelly era, familiar with the Billy Davis era. But I think, like I said, maybe that's more so Tampa Bay still has their starters in, and we have our second team in. And the same goes for the offense, man. They just made a note that the Bucs starters are still in the game, and Chase Daniel is struggling a lot, man. It seems like the pressure is coming in, but that's... it's expected. It's a second team, but our second team offensive line, some of those guys got to make the jump to the start, especially if Lane Johnson ends up getting suspensions and you get, Jason Peters get up there in age and he's injury prone. But for the most part, man, Chase Daniel's not looking the hottest. Neither is Nelson Aguilar, to be honest. But let's jump into the second quarter. All right, and we opened up the second half with the ball. Again, no wide receivers getting open. And then Josh Huff makes a catch and then fumbles it about 13 yards forward. Awesome. Fucking Josh Huff. How is he still on this goddamn team? And then we had a big, long third down. Carson Wentz gets sacked. So, offense is looking absolutely horrendous. The second team offense, that is. And then the fans, you can hear in the background, are chanting, "We want Wentz." I do not want Carson Wentz. This is not really Chase Daniel's fault. This offensive line is not blocking anyone. This looks like a goddamn turnstile of an offensive line. I do not want Carson Wentz getting fucking banged up or hurt in his first game because our offensive line depth is fucking awful. So what I'm seeing from this offense right now, we're about halfway through the second quarter, is that we are looking a lot like the Kansas City Chiefs offense. The same one that went how many years? 2-3 seasons without throwing a fucking touchdown to a wide receiver. It looks like every completion that Chase Daniel can make is to a running back out of the backfield for a screen, or, that one time he did hit Josh Huff just a drive or two ago where he bumbled it forward. So maybe not the best idea that we're going to be looking like that Kansas City Chief offense, but they were playoff contenders. I don't know if our defense is as good, But let's hopefully Chase Daniel can get it going before it's Carson Wentz time. And with about 4 minutes left in the second quarter, Maragos with a big interception. He is getting a lot of playing time with Malcolm Jenkins out. And let's be honest, he was always going to make the roster. He's one of the best special teamers in the NFL. But it's good to see him making plays at the safety position because, how bad our corners are, we may have to have Rodney McLeod or Malcolm Jenkins take some time at corner. So knowing that we have that safety up there, that is great. Jalen Mills has looked good on some plays, bad on others. He has had, I think, 2 pass interferences, and he should have had a pick right before this Maragos pick, actually. But I mean, for the most part, this second-team defense is doing a commendable job. And now we're getting ready for the offense to come back on the field and probably have a 3-and-out. I'm going to call, we'll check right back in after the drive. I'm going to call maybe 1 completion and a sack for this upcoming drive. Let's see what happens. And we're back from said drive where we had a false start. We had Ruben Randall drop a gimme ball, and then on the 3rd down, Chase Daniel threw what should have been a pick 9 times out of 10. Come on, second half. Let's see what Carson Wentz can do. And before the end of the first half, they decided to give Carson Wentz a drive because Chase Daniel has done absolutely I don't even think he has 1 goddamn completion. So on the first drive, Wentz actually hit a very nice pass to Zach Ertz to get a first down, and then he hit I believe Ruben Randall on a short throw, and then classic Philadelphia Eagles with the drops. He hits, going for Zach Ertz again for another first down, and Zach Ertz drops it on 3rd down. But so far, man, the excitement is back in the link with Carson Wentz in the game. I'm looking forward to the second half, and hopefully our wide receivers can finally beat someone on that fucking team on the outside and make some goddamn plays. So let's see what happens in the second half. Hope you guys are enjoying the game as much as I'm kind of half enjoying it. All right, so a synopsis of the first half is first team offense, kind of hard to judge where they're at. I mean, they started in the red zone. They had 3 plays, ended off with a run. Defense, though, played predominantly the entire first quarter, and they looked great. Even the secondary did not look that bad. A little bit of a bend, not break, as I stated earlier in the video, for the secondary. But overall, man, I think our defense is looking very good. Second team offense looks absolutely horrendous. Carson Wentz got in there at the end. So hopefully a big second half for Carson Wentz. And we see I think Paul Turner's going to be a wide receiver we're going to want to look out for. But, I mean, for the most part, defense looks great. Offense looks shaky. Special teams look good. Exactly how I rate this Eagles team right now. Good special teams, good defense, really, really questionable offense. And we're into the second half. Can these receivers catch the fucking ball, man? Oh my God. Wentz just ended a very good-looking drive, actually. Paul Turner's making plays. Some of these undrafted tight ends were, has some decent hands. And then he fucking threw an interception. It is what it is. Rookie jitters. It does suck that he's the only guy that's thrown an interception. I mean, Chase Daniel did not. It was not a good throw. It was very high, but definitely so far more positives than negatives for Carson Wentz. I would like to see at the very worst him at least get at least a touchdown to break it even. 1 touchdown to 1 pick. Hopefully he can get it going as the game goes on. And now we're into the fourth quarter where Stephen Gause picks off. I don't even know who's at quarterback right now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but 4 turnovers right now for the defense. So there are some positives on the defensive side of the ball. And Carson Wentz, for the most part, has looked all right. But, I mean, I'm pretty much going to wrap this video up now. I'm not going to officially end it because Carson Wentz might get a touchdown. We may have to talk about that. But, we're pretty much shaping up here that hopefully the Eagles can hold on for the win, which is what we need. Like as I said in the hype video for this first preseason matchup against the Bucs, they really do need to get Doug Peterson a win in his first game. And it's fucking minute and a half left. It's 17-9 for the Philadelphia Eagles. There is a chance that fucking Tampa Bay can't score and force it overtime. We're going to wrap this video up because Carson Wentz is out of the game. Now it's like McLeod, Bethel Thompson, or whoever the fuck it is. And, but that does it, man. Overall takeaways from this game, not overall the best. The defense is basically everything I expected. Defense looked good. Offense looked meh. Special teams was all right. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comment section below. I am gone away all weekend, but I will try to do maybe a grades and grading the team from this preseason game. They'll have it out for you guys tomorrow. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We're going to be following the Eagles all year long. Let me know what you thought about the comment section below. Until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out.